welcome back to my channel again for another weekly video. Today I'm going to be filming something that's a little bit different to the normal style of videos that I do on my channel, and that is actually a how I edit my thumbnails video, because I was actually asked by someone if I could film this, and then I also did a poll on Twitter to see if it's what everyone in general would be interested in seeing, and most people said they would, so I thought I would film that for you today so that hopefully you'll find it useful if you have your own channel or are thinking of starting your own channel, so you can pick up on some of my tips and ways that I edit my thumbnails. All the software that I use as well is very basic, very simple. It's all free apps that you get on a Mac. I don't know if all the programs that I use you can get on a Windows computer, but you can have a look into that as well and see if they're available for Windows too. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video and I hope you enjoy. So I always start by opening up the video where I basically posed for thumbnails. Please ignore the awkward poses in a second. And I just keep scrolling through until I find some positions that I like, and then when I find the ones that I like, I take a screenshot of these, and to do this I press Command-Shift-4 on my keyboard, and then I just screenshot the whole of the screen. Once I've got some shots that I'm happy with, I'll then have a quick look through them and decide which one I want to use for my thumbnail. I then open up the Photos app which comes with Mac, and I drag the photo that I've chosen to use into the Photos app in order to import it. Once it's there, I open it up and I click the Auto Enhance button so that it makes some automatic changes to the photo. I'll then click on the Edit tab and I'll just adjust the different layers around. I quite like to turn up the brilliance. I'll often turn down saturation as I prefer cooler tones in pictures as opposed to warmer, but of course go for whatever you prefer. Turn up the exposure slightly, and then the highlights depends on the photo. This one I decided to turn it down ever so slightly, and then also shadows as well I turned down slightly, and the brightness I turned up, but I basically just keep playing around with these levels until I'm happy with it. I'll then just drag this photo onto my desktop so that it's handy and they're ready. I'll then use the app called Paint S, which is a free app from the Mac App Store, and these are the dimensions that I'll use, as this is the right ratio for a YouTube thumbnail. I'll then drag my photo from my desktop into the app and position it into the center. Then I will use the selection tool and I'll hold down my left mouse button on this to choose the polygonal selection tool. And this one, basically you just keep clicking along the outline of your image in order to select it. This is why I'll often take my thumbnail shots on a white background so that it's easier to select. And you basically just keep going with this one until you get back to the start. Then you right click on the photo and click crop to selection. Then you can save this wherever you want to, and I will save this in the PNG format so that it keeps the clear background. I'll then open up a new document, and as you know, I love marble print, so I always use a marble print background. So I'll start by importing this image into my Paint document, and then I'll drag in the photo that I just cropped and position it. Then I'll start adding text by clicking the text option in the menu bar at the top, and I'll select my font. Usually I go for American typewriter and also put it in bold. I'll then just play around with the font sizes until I'm happy with it. I usually like to do alternate words in black and white, so these are the two colours that I've selected. I'll then choose the rectangle tool and draw over the February with a rectangle the same size as the word. And I will then choose white outline and a white fill for the rectangle, which is for any words in black, and then keep it black for any words that are in white. Then on the side menu, I will drag the rectangle so that it's placed under February so that you can actually see the word February. I then click on Command R on the keyboard and rotate it to an angle that I like. I then just move the words and boxes around to a position that I'm happy with. To select both of them at the same time, you just hold down Shift and you click on both of them. I then sometimes like to add a shadow around the picture of myself, so I click on this picture and then I tick the shadow box at the top, and then I click on the word shadow itself so that it brings up the different options where you can choose what colour you want the shadow to be, as well as if you want it to be blurred and how thick you want the lines to be as well. Then of course, as this is my favourite thumbnail, I will then add in some pictures of some of the items that I mentioned. And in order to resize an item so that it doesn't go disproportionate, you just want to hold down Shift as you change its size. And again, I'll press Command R and rotate it and position it until I'm happy with it. Then once I'm happy with how everything's positioned, I'll just go ahead and press Command S in order to save this, and then I'll save this in a JPEG format. And there you go, that is your finished thumbnail. So that was how I edit my thumbnails. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to smash that big thumbs up if you did. I really do hope you found this useful as well. Be sure to click the little red subscribe button down below if you're new to my channel, as that would just be amazing. I would appreciate it if you could do that, as well as clicking the little notifications bell so that you're notified whenever I upload. And I will be sure to see you on Sunday with another video. Bye!